pony, my little pony.
Hey guys, Kitty Sapphire here, and welcome to Con Reviews, where I talk about cons, give con advice, and just con shenanigans. How's everybody doing on this Monday? It's much more hotter, but not so hot that you're like dying out here. And also, it's the first day of my birthday weekend. Hooray! So yes, in a couple of days, mainly Friday, I will reach the grand 3-0. I'm excited, yet I'm not excited about it. Just personal situations about that, but I'll probably get into that later. But this will be a live stream based upon some recent news that I just had or just found out about not too long ago, which is that yes, I did say in the last particular video that BronyCon is coming to an end, and that still is true. However, there is a new convention coming into town in Baltimore to replace it. Now, I'm going to talk about this particular convention. It's called Seaquestria. So I'm guessing with the title Seaquestria, it's going to be more of a nautical type of theme, mainly of the ocean and the sea, which makes sense because from what I understand, it's in Ocean City, Maryland, not Baltimore, Maryland. And also, from what I understand, it's on a resort and hotel. Now, this is not the first time I've been to a convention in a hotel or a resort. The first convention I've been to that was on a resort was called Colossal Con East. Cool, really, really, really cool convention. But it was like believe it or not, it was a small-time convention. So I would have to say it was a small-time convention. It was a smaller convention with that just so happens to be at a resort. And it was a water resort, so it was really cool. You get to go into the water park in water-based cosplay. A lot of cosplayers had swimsuit versions of their characters, and it was pretty much more of a party-based convention. And it was like an overall anime convention. So, so I don't know exactly what Seaquestria has, but here's a couple of things that I would hope to see based on the information that I did gather from Seaquestria. Gee, I cannot pronunciate words today, but I apologize for that. So, Seaquestria. I know, first off, the mascots look really interesting. From what I understand, and what I've seen over time, that each of the conventions have certain mascots. I know, that's like, what does a mascot really have to do anything? Well, believe it or not, the mascot does actually prove to be sort of like a draw-in for people. So, like, for instance, Crunchyroll has a mascot, so they put it on the Anime NYC logo. Anime Boston has two mascots, I believe, Aiko and Biko, which is very interesting. Even BronyCon had a mascot as well, which I think was an alicorn pony. Of course, don't quote me on that. If any of you guys are longtime attendees at BronyCon, please correct me if that is to be true. If it's not true, just let me know. Oh, hi, Prinny. How are you? I'm doing okay. We're just talking about Seaquestria for right now, which is the replacement con for BronyCon that unfortunately ended this year. So yeah, I hope that, going back to what I was saying regarding mascots, of course, me as an artist, I would notice that firsthand. But anyway, yeah, I just hope their mascots, from what I've seen so far, looks very interesting. I know it has to do with Seaquestria, but I still would like to see some ponies in there as well. I know hippogriffs seem to be very popular, / sea ponies, which I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of, being it's a nautical or sea theme. So, so in the artistry department, it looks interesting. I hope to see some more stuff coming from them. The next thing that I would like to see is, since this takes place on a resort and there is a beach, there might be some panels or some workshops or events that would require you to be outside. I know a lot of people, stereotypically speaking, anybody who's a geek or nerd, the stereotype is, oh, we dislike the sun. No, a lot of us don't necessarily dislike the sun. It's just that some of us work a lot, bringing awesome content to you guys, or they're so busy they don't get a chance to enjoy. And from what I understand of conventions, sometimes conventions are sort of like an all-around getaway from the monotony, the normal stuff, the stuff that you do, the daily grind, all of that. It's a way to get, even with the vendors, even though I did work throughout the convention, it was nice to get out and actually see Baltimore, which I haven't been to since I was like really little. I got a chance to eat out with some seafood, and we were see the aquarium and out on the water and stuff like that. It was nice. So it was a nice change. So I'm hoping that maybe there's some workshops or gives us a chance to actually enjoy the layout of the land in Ocean City. I haven't been to, again, Ocean City is one of those places that I haven't been to in a very, very long time. So I'm wondering how it's going to turn out to be, when the time rolls around for Seaquestia to take the stage next year. I hope another thing that I hope for, with not only interacting with the convention as well as the outside world, being on the beaches and all, I hope that this particular convention is sort of like a not just next chapter, but sort of like where BronyCon left off. Since BronyCon was so huge, I know it's kind of selfish of me to say, oh, well, I want a con that is big as the previous con and get out right out the gate. Well, in this particular case, because of the fact that I feel that the stop or the sudden announcement that BronyCon was the last one this year, it would be nice, especially a lot of the staff and a lot of people who did BronyCon is doing Seaquestria. It would be nice to actually have a continuation of that. It's just an idea, especially the fact that you have people that are coming far and wide and they're still fans of the pony fandom. It would be nice. I know it might be a little tad of pressure on the staff, so please forgive me for that, but this is something that I really, really would like to see. Especially the fact that, I only got a chance to go to BronyCon once, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was different. It was new. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my anime. I love my anime conventions. Anime Boston, I love you out there. Anime NYC, I love you. But this was a different brand of a con that I could nicely add to the regiment of cons that I can go to. So I'm hoping that it will be just as big, if not bigger, than BronyCon. Being this is a continuation. Also, a lot of people are not a lot of people, but based on the group of friends and some individuals that I talked to and befriended at BronyCon, these are some of their worries and concerns. And by listening to them, I can understand exactly what they're talking about, such as the artist alley. Luckily I got some information regarding the artist alley. Hopefully they will open up by the end of the month. I will try to get myself there, but we'll see, because I have to say, again, I'm going to keep singing BronyCon's praises, that it was a miracle that I got a chance to celebrate the last of BronyCon. So it was nice. So yeah, so in that regard, I hope I get a chance to get in, but we'll see. So between Seaquestia, so those, I would have to say, the top three things that I would be concerned about of Seaquestria. It's a little bit another thing that I would have to say, since Baltimore is a far out drive, I think Ocean City is a little bit more of a drive, so it's a little bit, it's pushing it, especially the fact of a lot of my friends where we originally come from, around the northern east, lower, I would say middle northeast area. So it's a little bit of a drive to get down there. But I hope that in the future, you know, if they listen to any type of reviews or commentary or what have you, it would be really nice if if it continues to be as big and wonderful as it has been. And if that is the case, I have no problem coming almost every year. Hopefully, God willing, you know, financially, if I'm, you know, if things are good, um, you know, and such, I would not object to going. So yeah, those are I have to say the three most big things that I would like to wish for Seaquestria, and I wish all the luck for them. I really do. So we'll just have to see next year. Next topic on the itinerary is birthday cons. Since my birthday is this week, and I'm celebrating sort of like the whole week by doing stuff bit by bit here and there. One of the things that I always wanted to experience was a birthday con. Now, a lot of people might argue, well, you did one particular convention for your birthday, and that was last year. Yes, that is 100% true. But I have to say it was very poorly done. Not the convention, but this is my personal hang up, that I feel like I did a poor job inviting people to my birthday bash, because let's face it, conventions are very, very expensive. And if you're not necessarily in the area or you have some place to be, you're going to knock off a lot of friends that want to be with you but might not be able to go. So if I'm planning to do a convention for my birthday, this is practically the ideal scenario that I guess you could say this is sort of like a list for myself for in the future if I want to do another birthday con around a convention around my birthday. I know I kind of got my words mixed up. I'm sorry. But anyway, but yes. So one thing is for sure, I would have to say plan a year in advance. One thing I've learned this year after several times of doing birthdays and conventions and stuff like that, I decided that if I'm going to plan to do a convention slash birthday weekend, it would have to be similar how I would do like a huge traveling venture. So like I would get a bunch of friends, like maybe around, well, towards the end of this month, and ask them, put the question to them, hey, do you guys want to get together to do a convention? And right there and then they will either, you know, think it's a good idea or decline. And just like if we all work jobs, you know, save up as much money so you can get a room, you can have balloons, you know, cake and stuff like that, and, you know, while you're there, as well as enough money to buy yourself some swag at the convention. Because I don't know about you, but I like me some swag at cons. I know that sounds silly, but yes, I like to buy some stuff at conventions. Usually, if you see my previous video, ways you can save as much money as you can while in the dangerous, deadly dealer's room. But yeah, these were the things that I would have to say. I probably say towards the end of the month, I will see if anybody would be interested in doing a convention birthday. Also, the fact that I have to figure out which convention would be fitting for August, because I'm not entirely sure which particular conventions are fitting for August. If you guys have any ideas, please let me know. I think there's like 2 conventions that I know of that you know, that happen around in August. Like I believe there's Otakon, And I think that's it. And Liberty City Anime Con. But I heard some controversy around that, and I actually been to that convention once. It's okay. It's definitely okay. It's a growing convention. It's a little bit on the small side, but it's a growing convention nonetheless. But there's just a lot of, I guess, it's just that it's not as big as Anime NYC or New York Comic Con, which, by the way, I'm always for, growing bigger, smaller cons into bigger cons, but it's just like, I don't know, for some reason, Liberty City Comic Con was, subpar. So, definitely for my birthday, because I was expecting a lot more people to come, but unfortunately, like I said, it was a last minute decision. So yeah, next time I think I'm going to do it by the year instead of waiting until like maybe months ahead, because hotels. Oops, sorry, give me a second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. First of all, Moon Pride. I love that. I love that song. And one of the few things about Sailor Moon Crystal, I wasn't really a big fan of Sailor Moon Crystal, unfortunately. I just didn't like the animation too much. But can't go anywhere wrong with the classics. But anyway, like I was saying before, so birthday convention. So I would say plan a year ahead, try to get a group and see where they are, so you guys can have a lot more wiggle room. So if there's anything that needs to change, you don't have to wait until like the last month to do so. Also gives you a chance for any big cosplays that you have in mind. If you do it in years in advance, you can get it done within a decent amount of time, etc. And that's what I would like to have. I would like to have a decent sized group to come with me with their cosplays and craziness. Excuse me. Then, get a cake. Maybe not balloons. I'm not really big on balloons. And then we would just travel the convention together. It could be small groups. We could go set in our separate ways. Maybe there's certain panels. Maybe there's the dance party. It would be nice, especially if it was like a bunch of my girlfriends. It would be nice to do a birthday convention that way. But we'll see. If there's any conventions out there that you guys would suggest for me for that type of idea, I don't know. Just let me know. It would be nice. So yeah. So last but not least on the itinerary would be going into the last category would be a lot of the con memories that I had. And like I said, I did have a birthday, a birthday convention beforehand, but it was okay party. I must admit, it was nice to see a couple of people that I haven't seen in a long time, and it was really sweet of them to come out. I have a couple of pictures. If you guys want to see those pictures, you can go check out on my Facebook, on my Twitter. Do I have some stuff on my Twitter? I think I have some stuff on my Twitter, but yeah, mainly on my Facebook page of my birthday last year. And it was fun. It was fun. But I also, not to sound, self-absorbed or anything, but I would like to do something a little bit bigger, like going away and like, renting, a hotel or something like that, and just being crazy like we did, like me and my friend did last weekend and what have you. So I don't know. That's what I would like to have. As far as different memories of conventions, now probably some of you have had birthday con. Oh goodness, I can't formulate sentences. My apologies. Con birthday memories. I don't have to say I have many because I've only done it once, but there must be some memories in your itinerary that you guys might have had that made you feel like it was your birthday. Like, I could tell you the first time that I actually did cosplay back in 2015 at Kineticon, and that was really, really cool. Especially the fact that I've been nervous about cosplay for the longest because I have a little bit of a self-image situation. I mean, it's gotten better over time, but still, it's just like, you know, I always want to strive for better. So yeah, that's pretty much my deal. So so when I did my first cosplay, especially if it was my favorite character from Kill La Kill, Ryoko Matoi, I loved it. It was just being, asked for pictures, went to my first photo shoot. It was really, really cool. And I'm not used to that much of attention. Yes, I do like a bit of attention, but every so often. But it's just that I'm not accustomed to that. And I think that's really, really cool. So if any of you guys are out there starting to do cosplay, go with the flow. Do what you like, pick a character that you love, and just have fun with it. I sure did, and I'm glad that I did it, and I have been cosplaying ever since. I want to do a little bit more elaborate stuff, but I have to find time for that because definitely want to look a lot better. Like I said, I always want to do more as an improvement. So that's going to take some time in itself. So yeah. So what other convention memories that I have? There's like tons of them. Like the first time I went to ConnectiCon, which I thought was really cool. The first time I went to Anime Boston, the first time I started working at Anime Boston, which was really cool. The first time I actually did pre-reg. The the first time I went to New York Comic Con, and which was with my family, with my father and a friend of mine and his dad, and it wasn't like exactly what you see nowadays. It wasn't a circus like it is now. It's more of, it was just like one floor. It was just one floor. I kid you not. And they had a couple of panels, a couple of workshops. They sold a couple of things on the top floor, but that was about it. It wasn't as big as it is now. Hello, how are you? Yeah, well, first of all, this is con review, so I talk about all about cons, and yes, I've done a lot. Actually, I have like a huge wall of all the tags that I've had collected over the years for all my con ventures. What else? I'm trying to think of like other conventions and other events. So, I'm trying to think. I'm sorry. It's just like I'm having a hard time thinking on the spot like this, and it's like I'm really trying to think because there was just a lot of stuff that I went through. Like, the first time I went to New York Comic Con for 4 days. First of all, how I got the ticket was pretty cool. Was pretty funny. My friend, which now he's my dear friend at the time. He decided to be not a jerk, but he likes to troll people, and he surprised me with a ticket for all 4 days. And I know at the time all the tickets were sold out, and I was hoping that somebody would get a Saturday pass and I would pay him back for it. But instead, I got a 4-day pass, and I was so shocked because my friend at the time told me, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can only get the Saturday pass." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine. I'd rather go instead of just, I'd rather go for a day versus not going at all." That's my thing, to take at least the small wins and get them when you can. But so yeah. When my birthday rolled around, he surprised me with a day 4 pass, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, "Oh my god!" And I was completely shocked and floored that all 4 days I was able to go, and I had to basically contact my boss at the time to say that I wasn't coming in on those 4 days, and it was great. I could tell you, I got a lot of my Eevee plushies from that time. I kid you not, the booth that was selling the Eevee plushies were sick and tired of seeing me throughout that whole entire con. But hey, what are you gonna do? Hey, mother of Eevees. Day until I die, so yeah. Anyway, but yeah, yeah. So that memory was really really cool. Also in the same year of the first time I did cosplay, I did my very first cosplay event, which is called Cosplay Deathmatch. Even though I lost in the first round, even though I lost in the first round, it was still nice to actually be considered to be part of the cosplay event. I would like to do it again, and just to see how I would like to actually do other cosplay events, because when it comes to role playing, I love role playing. I love cosplay role playing. It's really cool. You get to be out of yourself for a while. It's just really cool. So I would really like to do that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for actually sitting here and enjoying my rambling of con reviews and what I expect for Seaquestria and my future birthday con and other con memories. I would love to hear what you experience at several different conventions. I would love to hear you guys of any positives that you of con ventures that you had, maybe your own con birthday. I would like to hear about that. Or if you ever dream of going to a convention at all, I would love to hear that too. So this coming week will be nerd news. I still haven't decided what the topic for nerd news is, but I also did promise that there will be a week where I just do nothing but art updates. And that includes like live streams, everything that's art related, including coloring posts, etc. So stay tuned for that. So I want to say again, thank you so much for coming by, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday for Nerd News. All right, see you later. Bye.